Welcome to Land Academy. I'm Jack Butala.
I'm Jill DeWit.
We show you how to buy real estate for half of what it's worth.
And sell it on the internet really fast.
We are Jack and Jill, and this is the Jack and Jill Show 2. With over 15,000 completed transactions, we're the experts at acquiring property.
Of all kinds, not just land.
For half price and flipping them for way more.
All right, let's get this show started.
Jack Butala with Jill DeWit.
Hi.
Welcome to our show today. In this episode, Jill and I talk about the value of an industry-specific CRM. What does CRM stand for? You're like the salesperson of the world. You're the single best salesperson I've ever met in my life.
Oh my goodness, I can't remember it's like customer
something
management.
Customer relationship management.
That's it. Thank you. I'm like, what?
Customer relations manager or something. it's a database for your customers. Well, before we get too far into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I love this question, by the way.
I do too. So I have the question from Claire, and then I have a couple different responses that were already in our online community, and I wanted to share those, and then we can talk about it. All right. So Claire asked, "Hi all. Wondering where you go for past sales data. I'm working in a smaller county east of the Mississippi, and comps are harder. What sources am I missing? I've checked eBay, LandWatch, Land and Farm, as well as current for sale data. I know Jack and Jill used to have a spreadsheet where you could go and see hundreds of their past sales, but I can't remember if I got it from an older version of their website or if I came in the package. Any ideas appreciated. Thanks, Claire." So here's a few people that weighed in on this. Trevor replied, "Hey, call several brokers or realtors in the area. Tell them you're buying in the area and you would love to get a list of sold properties in 2016 with raw vacant land.
Nice work,
It
Trevor.
might take you a few tries, but you will have addresses and sold prices that you can then start to superimpose on your index map of the county." Brilliant.
God, Trevor. Nice.
I would also ask the brokers about hot areas and why they are desirable. I really like getting that list of sold comps and then hammering down by subdivision on your RealQuest searches, then using the actual sold comps by subdivision. It is even much more specific if the county has a good GIS, and then you can use your subdivision search results and transpose those on your index map. He's getting into it, man. Many of these huge subdivisions will also have higher priced areas compared to other spots. Just depends on how far down the rabbit hole you want to go.
Right.
I love it. And then one more little note. Michael added, "Hey, have you used RealQuest?" Which, not all the parcels have sales data, but some do.
That's right.
Pull from RealQuest where the last market sales date is within the last 12 to 18 months.
He's right.
These are all brilliant responses.
So there's two real places you can get completed sales data. One is the MLS, and you're at the mercy of the real estate agent going in there after the property's sold and closing the thing out and putting a sale price in there. And you're at the mercy of whether or not it's correct. The sale price is correct. Or the assessor, which is the right place.
Yep.
The assessor has a vested interest in recording the sales price because that's how they base the assessed value, which is how they tax the property taxes.
Mm-hmm.
So you can also call the assessor, but like Michael added at the end here, if the county's pretty diligent about it, it'll be right in your RealQuest data. So you have a lot more sales comparison data than you really think. Right, just because you're at a silver level member, you have RealQuest. The whole thing is what Trevor says. What's important about this is how you use it. If you're serious about this business, please start thinking in terms of a spatial index map for everything you do. Think of the county as a map on the wall, and spatially see where the boundaries of each APN scheme start and stop. We're working on a product that, it ends up we don't have to actually complete it ourselves. We're going to get a group subscription for everybody. There's a product out there called Podia. I just spoke with a sales rep, and they have the completed sales, the MLS portion of the completed sales for every single county in the country through an IDX feed. Here's the kicker. It's only for houses and commercial property. It's not for land. But they're expanding that sometime this year. And the minute that happens, we will make it available to our members. That'll take all the mystery out of this forever. So sit tight. The internet's growing up with us.
Love it.
If you have a question or you want to be on the show, reach out to either one of us on landinvestors.com. Today's topic, the value of an industry-specific CRM. So here's what's, Joe and I were talking before the show, here's what's different about real estate investing over all the other e-commerce or commerce efforts out there. Let's use Zappos, the shoe sales company, as an example. So Zappos does a bang-up job of selling shoes. They've really kind of revolutionized the industry. But here's what's different. There are two sides. This is a takeaway from the whole show. There are two sides to every real estate transaction. There's only one side to an e-commerce transaction. They set up relationships with suppliers, let's say 10, 15, 20, 30 suppliers all over the world. And that's how they get their shoes in. And once it's done, it's done. And then they just focus on sales. Sales, sales, sales. Ours is there's two ends to it. There's the acquisition and the sale. So you have to have a really super beefy CRM that's real specific. You're a CRM expert, Jill. How many CRMs have you used in your career?
Oh my gosh.
Starting with American
Airlines, 10.
I mean, have you ever worked on one that just sucks?
Oh gosh, yes, all the time. Yeah. So absolutely, I've worked on probably 10. That's a pretty good number, including ours, and now recreating our own.
Yeah.
As we're doing that. So I've worked on a lot.
We're having one. Right now in our land investing company, we have a CRM that I paid about $250,000 to custom develop in 2004. So it's real clunky, and my original plan was to just share it with everybody, give everybody a bunch of usernames, but it's so clunky and awful that we're redesigning it in Zoho to make it perfectly custom. So I mean, follow me on the anatomy of a line of data from start to finish. So you go into RealQuest and you download all the people who own property that you want to send an offer to. And it's beyond the scope of this, but let's say you download 3,000 records. You take those actual records and upload them into your CRM, and that starts the clock. So now you have 3,000, let's call them leads.
Right.
They're sales leads. I don't like that word, but everybody knows what it is, so I'll use it. And so you send out a bunch of offers to these. Send out an offer to 3,000 people.
The sellers.
The sellers.
Right.
That's right.
I'm keeping it even simpler. There's sellers and there's buyers. These are the sellers.
Perfect.
So.
And then so they get a letter. Some of them rip it up. Some of them call you back and say call you nasty names, and some of them sign it and send it back. Or they call you and say, heck yeah, I want to sell my property. Thank you for coming along. I would like $4,000 for my $19,000 property today.
And I have 6 more.
So. That one made the cut. And I have 6 more. That one made the cut. So now it gets moved forward throughout the whole, you've got to find a notary or you find a title company to close the property, and you move it through the system until it's posted on the internet. It's for sale. You buy it. You post it on the internet, and then you sell it to somebody, obviously, and it gets recorded. So those are all events that are kicked off by, some make it and some don't. So we're oversimplifying for the purposes of the show, but it's a lot of events and it's a lot of stuff that can happen. And, you have to have a real intelligent spot. Let's say, Jill just brought up a great point. If somebody's got 6 properties, you want to make this easy on yourself. You like the show yesterday. You don't want to even be thinking about posting property or dealing with, any more of the back office stuff than you need to. And that's what an industry-specific CRM does. So I don't think anybody's more qualified than us. And I'm working with the developers to customize it. Any more qualified, because I'd like to think we've seen it all. And once we've done it and tested and we transfer our data over, we'll make it available to our membership group for sure.
And you can't just some people do. We have some people that are winging it, if you will, with spreadsheets and trying to create their own thing, and that's a lot of work. It's much, much easier and you'll find the value in it quickly when you have a product that's really designed for you. And I don't know of anyone anywhere out there that you can get a product like this.
Me either.
That's designed for us.
It doesn't exist. I've
even
tried.
for real estate agents.
There's a couple good ones for real estate agents.
But is it can you even name one?
Podio.
Is it really that good
Yeah.
for real estate agents?
Yeah.
For real estate agents. I don't think it's designed for real estate agents. I know people that have made them work. This is what I'm trying to say. I know what you're talking about.
I think that, like, whoever you're with, like, if you're a Coldwell Banker real estate agent, they have some stuff for you that's pretty attractive.
Maybe that unique that they've created. Got exactly. So, but I guess the whole big picture is you quickly, once you start doing some deals and really getting into the business, you'll find that your clunky old spreadsheet is going to be harder to work with and keep track of, and like you said, move things through the system.
Yeah, exactly. So I see a lot of people make this mistake. What you want a CRM to do is when you get up in the morning and you sit down and you turn it on, it tells you what to do.
Yeah.
Because it's all triggered by these events. So it might say, oh, it's time to send out another mailer. Mm-hmm. Or, oh, these 14 deals are
ready to be posted
or ready to be recorded or whatever. Mm-hmm. You know, you have to do 6 and then once you hit that point, now you got to find somebody else to do all these tasks, and now you can just watch them do it in there. Mm-hmm. So it's not like, here's what you never want to do: email back and forth. Okay, thanks, Jack, I got it done. Thanks, Joe, I did that. You don't want to share documents in email. You want everybody to log into a system that's working for you. Mm-hmm. Not your employees. Maybe they're virtual assistants or whatever, Jill Live people. Mm-hmm. You want them to log in, do their work, and log out without contacting you. And because then you can get a lot more done.
Exactly.
You know, the old school way is just email. You get emailed to death.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And it's just a waste of time.
That's why I feel like I'm qualified to help these developers kick out a perfect product for us. And it's going really well. It's actually a lot of fun. There's a bunch of stuff that our old clunky $250,000 system just can't handle.
Right.
It's not, for instance, it's not made for our houses at all. And we're making it, you know, Jill and I wholesale a lot of houses. We don't talk about it that much. That's what 2018 is for. But it's fun. Mm-hmm. And it's really profitable.
Exactly.
And we never go see the property, and I don't own any tools. It's really cool.
Love it.
Anything else?
No.
Join us in another episode where Jack and Jill discuss how to use information, that's me,
and inspiration, that's me,
to get just about anything you want.
We use it every day to buy property for half of what it's worth, then sell it immediately.
You're not alone in your real estate ambition. What's one that you've used that's like, is Salesforce any good? Mm-hmm. It is?
Yeah. But only one side. It's only for, you know what? But not for this purposes.
Right.
You know, for helping land investors and our people and that kind of thing, it works great, but not for property management. And I can't put properties in there, and it's not for that at all.
What did you use in American Airlines in the beginning, like in the DOS days?
Oh my gosh, it was called Sabre.
Oh, yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah, and it was all back-end stuff, and the only customers that you would manage were, you know, the Advantage members with their frequent flyer numbers. Uh-huh. I know, and Sabre evolved to Quick Res, which I don't even know what it is now. So, but like I said, and then all the other ones have been like company-specific.
Yeah, those are the ones that I've used too.
That they, you know.
I started on ACT, you know, ACT exclamation point. It's still around. I you know, when I was a commercial real estate broker in the early 90s, that's what I used. And it had a faxing component, which was the original way to submit offers, which you can't do now because of the law, but it was worthwhile.
Exactly.
I loved it.
Cool.
CRMs are make or break what you're doing.
It's true.
Information and inspiration to buy undervalued property.
We are Jack and Jill, and this was the
Cash Flow from Land Show. We are the experts at acquiring property
of all kinds, not just land,
for half price, just so we can flip it for way more.
And really fast. Thanks for listening. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.